Hello, hello. I'm gonna hold on a little bit, let some people get on here. Got some roots from the garden that I've got to clean off, and so I figured I'd kill two birds with one stone and do that while I'm talking with you guys. It is a beautiful, beautiful day out today. So I've gathered up 4 herbs last night. It took me a long time. And I like to leave the leaves on so that later on I don't just have a basket full of roots, so that I can tell them apart. I know which one is which, and so I leave the leaves on. I let them sit overnight, and so they some of the dirt can kind of dry off and kind of just fall off on its own. Even if I still need to wash it later on, it's fine. So it gets off the big chunks of dirt at least. And then I go through this. This is my first washing that I do. And then I'll go in and I'll take it inside and I'll do a second washing, and I'll make sure that they're really clean before I start using them for things like salves and teas and stuff like that. So this is evening primrose root, and it is beautiful. The roots that I was able to get yesterday were comfrey and evening primrose and I got some yellow dock and some licorice. That was really good. I'm excited. I've been growing the licorice for about 5 years, and I finally harvested it. So usually you want to let it sit for about that long and let the roots grow. And so this is my first year really getting my own licorice, which is very exciting. How are you guys doing today? Are you having a good day? Have you been able to get outside and enjoy the day at all? Hello, hello. So this is evening primrose 2. I only got little ones of the evening primrose yesterday, but I'll get some more today. See, I leave the leaves on so that I know what it is I'm washing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to tell the roots apart unless they were something crazy like yellow dock or golden seal or Japanese barberry or my danshin, which is a red sage, and it's called red sage because the roots are this brilliant red color. Hi, Max. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Let me see it. For some reason, I'm not seeing the chat. There it is. Okay. Hi, Max. How are you doing today? This is my first washing of the roots, getting the main dirt off, and then I'll bring them inside and I'll get them really clean. But just so that I don't clog my drains with dirt from the garden, I do it outside first. Got my little root scrubber. Hello. Hi from Indonesia. That's awesome. Hello. Hello, Jose. Hamed, I am from Virginia. This is Central Virginia, well, Western Central Virginia. We're in the Appalachian Mountains, and I am in the United States of America, just so you know. Hola. And I am rinsing my roots. My daughter is walking my baby across the front of the door over there, and my baby's smiling at me. Super cute. So this is comfrey. And that's really cool. It's got a hole through the middle. I don't know if you can see that. That's pretty neat. So I've got my little dividers, my little pots. I've got them marked so that I don't lose track of what is what. Can I cook for you? Not comfrey. You don't want comfrey. This is not a good plant to eat. So a lot of people use the leaves of comfrey. They're really good. But I like to use the roots. They're stronger, and I grow extra in my garden every year just so that I can harvest the roots of a good few of them in the fall. Hello. Oh, there's a lot of dirt on this one. Hey, baby. I don't let my kids come online, so they're standing off, looking at me. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't speak English. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate that. Ah, just trying to get the dirt off of these roots. We were out harvesting last night. It is fall here. I know it's not fall everywhere in the world, but here it's fall. And it is time to get the root medicine started. So first things first is once the plants go dormant, you wanna dig them up. This one's got a lot of dirt on it. Dig them up and then rinse them off. And I've got so many that I keep the leaves on so I can tell which is which. Otherwise, they'd all get confused, and you don't want to be drinking comfrey in your tea. Oh, hello, this is Fae Hollow Homestead. We are in Virginia in the Appalachian Mountains, and I am making some root medicine. And this is stage 2. I am of many stages. There's many stages that go into it. But first, well, I guess 3, because you got to grow the roots, right? Or at least you got to have a place where you can go and pick them. And then you got to harvest them. And then you got to rinse them off. This one is looking pretty clean. Like I said, I'll clean it more thoroughly when I bring it inside, but I just don't want my sink filling up with big heavy dirt. Hello, hello! Andre, nice to see you. Hello. Can I sing a sailor song? I don't know any sailor songs. I wish I did. I wish I did. Hello. Hi, Steven. You were in Virginia last year. That's awesome. That's awesome. It is a beautiful place. I'm glad you got a chance to come out here. Oh, look at, I got 2 and they're hugging. Lots and lots of dirt. Got another bucket here because I'm going to fill up this water with dirt very soon. Hello, hello. Root medicine. Oh, well, have you heard of tinctures or salves or even like a herbal medicinal tea or anything like that? A lot of medicines use herbs, and most often the most potent medicine in the herb is the roots. And so no, I've got a husband, like 4, and so you can only really harvest the roots at a certain time of year too. And usually, there's a little bit of debate about this, but usually you want to harvest them in the fall because all the medicine that would be in the leaves as well kind of gets drawn in as it goes into dormancy, and it gets soaked up into the roots again. And so it's got more medicine than it would have even if you harvested it during the summer or something like that. So there's it's potent. And so you can make teas. So if you've got the flu or something like that, you can take your medicine. You can make salves. Like if you get a spider bite or you have a rash or something like that, you can put the salve on, which is kind of like a lotion. Tinctures are like tea, only much more potent. And so basically what you're doing is you're soaking the roots or the leaves or the flowers, depending on what it is that you're harvesting. And you soak it in liquor, usually like 100 proof vodka for 1 or 2 months, and then the alcohol extracts all the good stuff. But you only take that by the dropful, so it's not like you're drinking a big thing full of vodka. It's just like 30 drops of it. So, oh, thank you so much for supporting me and subscribing. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Nihat. I appreciate that. Oh, yes, this is my dog. That's Crystal, and she is lovely. She is a Pyrenees blue heeler and hound mix, and so she's basically the most stubborn dog on the planet, but super kind, super wonderful, and she protects the homestead, which is very nice from, you know, those things like deer and coyotes and other such nonsense. And so she's our watchdog, and she goes on walks with us whenever we're going around the property. She's a sweetheart. So, oh, for goodness sakes, DM, you're welcome to come to my live streams anytime. Thank you, I appreciate that. Oh, this is Appalachia in Virginia. We're in the Appalachian Mountains, and in the United States of America, and we're almost at the top of one of the mountains. So we live on a mountain, kind of if this is the peak, we kind of live down here, and then it goes down quite a ways. So, oh, for that, oh my goodness, I would use something really astringent for a fungus or something like that. Something antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. What is antifungal? Oh, I have a book that I look at that I use, but right off the top of my head, I don't know. Echinacea, probably. Echinacea is pretty amazing. People don't give it enough credit. It gets a lot of credit, but it doesn't get enough credit. So, hello, I'm good. How are you doing, Arun? And hello, Susie from Brazil. That's awesome. So awesome. Garlic, yes, garlic. Thank you. I appreciate that, Snicky. It is super peaceful here. I am living the dream life for sure. So, oh, and hi from Uganda. That's awesome. Hi, Brian. So I'm going to be doing, usually in the fall, I get all my herbs in my root medicine. Look at this. This is quite the root ball. There's a lot of dirt in this. Usually I'm just gonna throw that. I get my roots in the fall, and then I'll preserve them the way that I need to, and then in winter, when I'm not doing stuff like planting bulbs or anything like that, I'll work on my medicine making. So, but I can't dig the roots in the winter because it is too cold. This is more comfrey. This was growing in my path of my garden, and I kept pulling the leaves off so that I could walk by. And you can see what happens when you pull the leaves off of something that will grow back, and it just made the root system thicker and larger and more. And so I was really excited that it was doing that, because I knew this fall I was going to come back and I was going to harvest the roots, and it was just making more and more and more. So it is quite wonderful. Yes, I know what you're talking about, Rob. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Shanique, good to see you. Glad you're back. This is Comfrey. So I'm harvesting Comfrey. Comfrey is one of my favorite herbs to grow in the garden. I mean, first of all, it's a soil builder. So you you rip off all these leaves like I was doing all summer as it was growing in my path, and just lay it underneath your fruit trees or your other plants. And then as they compost, and they compost really, really quickly, they feed your soil just like, oh, there's a worm, just like fertilizer. Really, really good stuff. It doesn't have nitrogen in it, so you're going to want to have like a nitrogen fixer plant that you do the same thing with. But so it's really good for the health of your plants in your garden, but also the roots are one of the most potent medicines that I know of, and the leaves are really good for it too. And I use this for salves. Another herbalists often call Comfrey knitbone because, oh my goodness, look at that. Dirt is, mud. It's so much mud. Oh my goodness, my hands are getting dirty today. Knitbone because it heals so well, and it goes down deep into your body. When you rub it on your skin, it goes deep into your body. And so if you have like a broken bone or something like that, if you put a comfrey salve on it, it will increase the healing process exponentially. Anecdotally, I have a friend who lives out in Wyoming, and she's wonderful, but she had carpal tunnel syndrome. That's what it is. She had carpal tunnel syndrome, and she got surgery on it. And so she had stitches in her wrist, and I went to go visit her right after she had the surgery. And so the stitches were going right up her wrists, right here, and you could see where the stitches were holding her together, right? And I said, here, put this salve on. And I had brought it for her as a gift. And so she put it on that night, and then the next morning she came on, she was like shrieking. She was like so excited. And the scar had, not the scar, the opening where the stitches were holding her together closed overnight. It was ridiculous. That's fantastic. It will absolutely, absolutely survive outdoors. Yeah. Once you have comfrey, you'll have comfrey forever. Yeah. As long as you don't pull it all up and use all the roots, right? But yeah, when you have comfrey, if you have it, the best way to get it to spread, because I want it spreading everywhere. I want it everywhere in my garden. Not just because I harvest it a lot, but also because it's good for the garden, right? You just let it flower, and then once the flowers are near the end of their lifespan, you take those branches and you cut them off, and you just lay them wherever you want comfrey to grow. And so it's really easy to propagate that way. So hello, hi, so good to see you guys. My dog's name, that's Crystal. Hey, Crystal. You eating your bone? She's got a big bone that my daughter just got her as a gift, because whenever we're out, we have to get Crystal a gift. Oh. Thank you. I appreciate the report. So this is comfrey, also known as knitbone. In fact, it heals so quickly that, oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that big chunk of dirt coming out of there. Can you see? Oh my goodness, that's really, really cool. It heals so fast that you have to be careful, because if you have some sort of infection and you put comfrey on, it will heal your body around the infection, and it will heal the infection in place. It is not an antibacterial, antiviral, or anything like that. It won't heal infection, but it will knit skin together and bone together. I need new water. And it will heal wounds for sure. So this is a really good thing to have. Oh, got my second bucket right here. Gotta get my brush. So I'm going to wash this out here, and then I will wash it again inside, but I want to get the main dirt out of it. so that I don't clog up my drain. I'm sure my husband really appreciates that a lot. And then, because he's my maintenance man, and then I'm going to dry it, chop it up and dry it. When you're making salves, you definitely always want to have your plants dried. I made that mistake once. Actually, the first time I made comfrey salve, the very first time, I had no idea that. Thank you. That is my in-laws' house. My house is right in front of me, so behind you guys, you can't see it unfortunately. But their house is like a fairy tale cottage. It's beautiful. So the first time that I made comfrey salve, I thought, oh, it's so potent of a medicine, right? So I bet the fluids in it have medicine as well. And so why would you dry it? Why wouldn't you want to just put it all into the salve, right? And I learned very quickly that actually makes it go rancid. So don't do that. I had salve that smelled like old gym socks, and not the good way like valerian does, but in a really way. So my goodness, there's so much dirt on this root ball. And yeah, so I learned you definitely always dry your herbs before you make salves out of them. You don't necessarily have to do that with tinctures, which is nice. And but if you're making salves, and definitely if you're making tea, you want to dry your roots. So I think this one is about as good as it's gonna get. So here, that's looking a lot better. It's all wet over here, little one. Yep. It is. Don't walk over here, though. Daddy went down to go take care of the chickens. Do you want to go see him down there? Okay. So, yeah, we still have days there. I always try to answer my questions sincerely. I promise you that. Sometimes I can't answer the question because I've been asked inappropriate questions before, so I will not answer those. But if it's a good and decent, kind question, I would absolutely answer it sincerely. So, hello! Hi! I'm so glad you guys are here. I think this is just looking so beautiful. You want to see? Yeah, I don't want you to come over here though, sweetie pie. Can you go around behind? Thank you. Yeah, go follow Daddy. So I'm gathering a lot of comfrey. Yeah, Grandma and Grandpa's home. Go get them. It is. I highly recommend living next to grandparents. If you've got kids, 10 out of 10 recommend. I wish all of my kids' grandparents lived right here. That would be the perfect world. So, hi from Scotland. Oh my goodness, good to see you. Glad you're here. We are harvesting roots and cleaning them and getting them ready for winter medicine and all that wonderful jazz. So, we are in Appalachia. We are in the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia, East Coast, United States of America. And I am harvesting herbs. You can hear the ducks. Can you hear the ducks? They came to visit. I love when the ducks visit. In fact, I enjoy duck eggs, but I think that the whole point of us having ducks on the homestead here is literally just so that they can wander around and quack and be cute like that. Hello, Michelle, nice to see you. Hi, glad you're here. This is Appalachia, Virginia, We are in the Appalachian Mountains, central western Virginia. My name is Ruth. This is Fae Hollow Homestead, and I am cleaning roots because we are making root medicine this winter, and I want to be able to have roots to make the medicine from. So I can't wait until winter to harvest them. So I get them, I clean them, I dry them, and I store them, and then I make the medicine in the winter when I can't be out in the garden doing gardening stuff. So that is what I am doing right now. So this is, the house behind me is my in-laws' house, and my house is in front of me. You can't quite see it, but it is, it's kind of barn looking. It's very barn looking, actually. In fact, we call it the barn. So yeah, it's kind of barn looking. Hello, Eduardo. Hi. Hi. So Vishal, we are making, well, I'm not making the medicine yet, but I'm going to be making comfrey salve out of this. And then I also have evening primrose that I'm making, or that I'm cleaning off right now. And then I also have yellow dock, and I have licorice, and that's the official licorice too. So the Galabra, there's a licorice chinesis, which is, I think I've also grown that in the past, but I'm not harvesting that right now. I have been growing this licorice for about 5 years, and finally am able to harvest it. I've been waiting for 5 years to be able to harvest it. Hello. Hi. Oh, it's hard to read. Clit. Hi. Nice to see you. And look at those roots. Those are so fat. Oh, I just love it so much. Lots and lots of comfrey, because I make lots and lots of comfrey salves. But this year especially, I'm going to be doing a lot more medicines, because we're actually going to end up taking a lot of them to market, and I'm going to be selling them at fairs and festivals and stuff like that. So I want to make sure I have lots of salves available, because once they're gone, then they're just going to be gone. Make sure I get the root and not the stem. Hello. Hi, Sharon. Man, what a wonderful day. Are you guys going outside at all today? Because it is beautiful outside. It is just gorgeous. I've had to do live streams inside a couple of times in the last month, and not today. So this is the top of my licorice plant. And the nice thing about this is it took a little bit to get it to grow, and it's kind of a difficult herb to grow. But once it gets established, if it's happy, then it really grows a lot. But look at that, just one single strand. And it's spreading all over my garden now, which I absolutely adore. And I feel good about harvesting from it now. Because it's spreading all over the place, and it's such a difficult one to grow that I'm kind of a miser when it comes to my herbs. If it's not growing well, I don't want to harvest it. I want to keep it, see if I can get it going really good, and then I'll harvest it. So yeah, natural life. Yeah, it's pretty good. And here, look at that. That's all cleaned off. It's kind of got a reddish tint. Licorice is wonderful winter medicine. So I've got to make sure I get it in the right pot so I don't confuse them. Although with the look that it has, I probably am not going to confuse it. It's very distinctive. And here's some more comfrey. So much comfrey. Oh, well, I put the licorice in a tea, and then I also make a tincture out of it. Licorice is a very potent medicine as well, and excuse me, it's got a sweetness to it, so I like that. But I don't eat it, if if that makes sense. And I don't make candies out of it or anything like that. I just make the tinctures and the teas. But licorice is a really, really good tea to have. Gosh, it's like whenever your nose itches, it's always when your hands are wet or something like that, right? Goodness. Oh, make sure I'm not losing any down here. Oh, lots of comfrey. I didn't realize how much comfrey I picked yesterday. But I have a video coming out pretty soon showing you guys how I harvested all this and where I got it from. Hello, Vishal. Who else is in my family? Oh, I've got 5 kids, and I don't talk about them too much. I don't give details on them really, but I've got 5 kids, and I've got my husband Jeremy, and he is the light of my world. And then we live on a property here with a bunch of our family. We have aunts and uncles who live here. We used to have my husband's grandparents used to live here, but unfortunately they've passed in the last few years. And then my husband's parents live here on the property as well. It's nice. My mom lives in the city right next to us, so she's close by as well, which is really great to have everybody so close. We really, really like that a lot. Hello, hello, Goji. Nice to see you. Hi. Man, I do not need more comfrey apparently. Comfrey, and again, like you can use the leaves on comfrey as well. They're kind of fuzzy. I like to use the leaves though for my garden. I like to lay the leaves down and use them as a way to nourish my soil for the rest of my plants. Well, we live pretty much all on the same property just because we really believe that family is supposed to take care of each other, and so they have their own house and we have our own house, and Jeremy's aunt and uncle has their own house, but we really believe that family is supposed to look out for each other, and so hopefully my husband will be able to start staying home soon from work. If this channel takes off, that would be even sooner. That would be really great. And he can take over a lot of the heavy lifting stuff that my father-in-law used to do, because he is retired now, and it would be nice for him to be able to act like he's retired and do the things that he enjoys to do without stressing about all the heavy lifting stuff of the property. Here's more comfrey. Just, isn't that cool? It's a little hairy situation there. He went up to Grandma's house. Or I think he's working in the shed, or in the workshop, I think. So, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I let it go gray because I really like gray. I love gray hair. I love it, love it, love it. I am honored to have gray hair. It's like, I've been waiting for this moment my whole life, I feel like, and it's finally doing it. It was absolutely meant to be that way. I know, everybody wants to move away. My husband and I have always lamented that ever since we were younger, actually, because everybody just moves, and if you can work together as a unit, like you can, there's so much support in that, so much healthy, as long as you guys are treating each other healthily, right? There's always those situations that it's kind of toxic, but if you guys are good to each other, it's like the best thing in the world. So, you know, it's no big thing if my husband and I go on a date night, you know, because we've got the grandparents here. It's no big thing if they're like, hey, you know, we need these trees cut down or something like that, because, you know, my husband can take care of that. Or, you know, if my mother-in-law has something that's kind of a heavy lifting type of job, then she'll watch the kids and I'll take care of the big heavy job, and so she gets to be with her grandkids, which, you know, she would want to do anyway because she's a wonderful grandma. Thank you. That's Cassian, my cat Cassian. We have 4 cats on the property here. We have a Cassian, we have Nesta, who is kind of a medium to long-haired gray tabby, and then we have an orange medium hair, orange tabby named, oh for goodness sakes, Pumpkin. My brain stopped working there for a second. Pumpkin. And then we have a short-haired orange tabby named Sawyer. And so we love our cats. So thank you. You have a wonderful day. Oh, it's nighttime where you are. Man, we are on the other side of the earth. Isn't that crazy that people can talk to each other from the other side of the world now? I mean, I know this technology has been out for a long time. I get that, okay? This is not really a new thing, but it's still incredible. It's still really, really incredible. And nothing to laugh at, I don't think. Hi, Multi-Edits. We're doing good here. How are you? I don't know what that is, Dominic. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. Yeah, the cat is posing. And now we've got the chickens are going in the background. It's a whole zoo going on today. Did you ask where the Play-Doh is? You want to play with Play-Doh? Oh, okay. It's on the stairs. My 12-year-old wants to play with Play-Doh. I love that. I love that. Oh. We did just get a new pack, so it's fresh and it's not all mixed together, which is a big deal. Cue the ducks. I know, where are the ducks? They went back down to their pond. So I use the duck pond water for watering my plants. And that is a great way to fertilize them without any extra effort, really. So hello from Indonesia. Hi. I don't. Sorry, Multi-Edits. I have no idea. We are cleaning. Well, I was just cleaning Comfrey. I think I am still cleaning Comfrey. Nope. Here, I've got some yellow dock here. I keep the leaves on my plants when I harvest the roots so that I know what I'm cleaning. Otherwise, all the roots would just kind of blend together and I wouldn't know what I'm doing. Except for maybe yellow dock, because it's so yellow. Are they fighting behind me? Oh, gosh. I still have honeybees on my mums behind me. Are you guys still seeing honeybees? I'm surprised. It's mid-November. Or not mid-November, it's the beginning of November. No, I do not live near the jungle. But I am in the forest, near National Forest, in Virginia, Appalachian Mountains. So there's yellow dock. I don't know if you can see, it's got kind of a yellow tint. It's not as yellow as like Japanese barberry would be, or golden dock, or anything like that. Golden root. Oh my goodness, yellow dock. No. What am I saying? Oh, if I just stop thinking about it for a second, I'll get it back again. I'll get it back. What is it? What is it? I gotta stop thinking about it. Oh, we are in America. We're in the Appalachian Mountains of America. And yeah, it's a little greenish yellow. Golden seal. Oh, for goodness sakes, there it is. I knew if I stopped thinking about it for a second. Golden seal and Japanese barberry are like brilliant yellow. They're really, really, really beautiful. The other root that I really love is Dan Shen, which is a red sage. And it's got these crimson red roots. They're bright. They're so beautiful. And then, yes. I've seen movies where they're in it, but I don't know much about them. Is it a fold or block mountain? Are you talking about the way that they're formed? I know that the Appalachian Mountains are the oldest in the world, and so they are very worn down. They're very gentle. The Rocky Mountains that we have here are just crazy, and they're very, very abrupt and tall. But these are a lot gentler. They're older, richer. They've got so much history, so much history. I wish I could show the farm. I can't because I don't have internet access everywhere. We're so out in the boonies that I only have internet when I'm right next to my house. But if you look at my videos on YouTube, I have a whole bunch of videos that show a lot of the farm on those. So if you check out those, this is some more licorice, for goodness sakes. I can't think, apparently. I need to take some tea myself from memory. Start smelling some rosemary. But here's the top of the licorice again. I just think it's so pretty. And got a lot of that growing. I'm finally harvesting it. After 5 years, I'm harvesting it. But we're getting these roots not to cook with, we're getting them for medicine. So we're making some root medicine out of these. I was going to talk about pests today. If anybody wants to talk about pests in the garden, how they're actually probably a really good thing. I mean, you don't want them to stay there, but it's cool because they're kind of like a litmus test for what's wrong with your garden and why. And so if you find certain pests in your garden, you can see, oh, you know, I've got too much nitrogen in my soil, or I don't have enough pollinators, or things like that. So, or even if your soil is too dry, or there's not enough nutrients in your soil. Licorice, that's right. This was licorice. I'm getting distracted. Rosemary is really good for memory, yeah. There have been studies done where if you just have a sprig of rosemary and you're studying for a test or something that you need to remember or something that's really important, if you smell the sprig of rosemary while you're studying, you'll be able to remember your stuff a lot easier. So it's really, really good. So. Oh, that's awesome. It's midnight there. That's crazy. Here, it's only like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, well, I guess 3:42 in the afternoon. So, yes, there's the chicken. And then the ducks are probably going to walk around behind me now. They just started, they came around here now. Yeah, they're gonna end up coming around. You'll probably see the ducks walk by me behind soon. Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't answer your question. I have been answering your question in multi-edits. Is there a studio in my AI? No, I'm not AI. I don't know how to prove that. I don't know how to prove that. Yeah, I don't know how to prove that. But mosquitoes and slugs. We're in the Appalachian Studios. I'm reading and talking at the same time. I shouldn't do that. We're in the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia, United States of America. Mosquitoes and slugs are my outdoor issue. Indoors, I keep having issues with spider mites. You have marigolds inside? That's so cool. I haven't heard of that. That's wonderful. So something for spider mites, what I've heard is, I haven't dealt with this, but I have friends who have, and I've seen this a lot, but if you're going to bring something indoors and it's been outside during the summer, something that they say to do is to wash off the roots, like take it out of the soil, wash off the roots, and then plant it in new soil in a pot. And then before you bring it in, spray it with a hydrogen peroxide water mix. So like the 3% hydrogen peroxide, and then I think it's like 1 part hydrogen peroxide to 5 parts water or 10 parts water, and you spray the leaves and all the foliage, and then when you bring it in, you will not have problems with spider mites inside anymore. Thank you. This is Virginia in the United States. Yes. Oh, for goodness sake. That was my husband scaring the chickens towards me. You need to come here now and you need to say hi. He ran away. Come back. Oh my goodness. If you smell like rosemary, that's fabulous. Oh my goodness, Joe, you're in the Appalachian Mountains and you're homesteading. That's so cool. Joe, we need to talk. That's cool. That's cool. We do eat chicken. We definitely eat chicken. From Philadelphia. How cool. Hi, Digger. Yes, I love meat. Meat's my favorite. Oh gosh. I'm sorry. Yeah, that would be a mess. If you have mosquito problems, maybe I can snag him now. If you have mosquito problems, then you have to say hi. Jeremy. You have to stick your head in here and say hi. It's required now. He scared the chickens and they went like flying around me. And then Crystal came up right behind me as well and didn't let them go that way. So this is my husband. This is Jeremy.
Hello.
He's hanging out with the kids right now and taking care of stuff. So hi.
Hi.
Thanks. So that's the man, the myth, the legend. Oh my goodness. More roots. More roots. This. Oh, I know what this is. I am so glad that I left a pot clean. Okay, so this is Elecampane, and Elecampane is really something special. It's also, it's kind of like a perennial sunflower as well. So if you have Elecampane in your garden, you'll have a sunflower flower all the time. More kiss, I know, right? Always. I always want one more kiss from him. Village life in the USA. Oh, thank you. So yeah, my father-in-law, that's my in-law's house up there, and he, the side of the house there is all stone because that's the side of the house that is more exposed to the elements. But just like the stone there, on the other side is wood, and so you see the ends of the wood. It's not like a log cabin where they're lengthwise. The ends of the wood stick out. It's called a cordwood house, and they did all that. And then he also did all these rock walls like you see behind me. There is one rock wall that stretches most of the length of the property, and that is that's right out here, and that's been here since I think the either the Civil War or the Revolutionary War, but it's been here a long time. So my family, when they get together, sometimes they'll do metal detecting along the wall, and they'll find really cool stuff because it's been here for so long. And there was a battle that was fought here, like in this hollow that we're in, this mountain, and I think it was against the Indians. So there's like old bullets and stuff, and there's a lot of history here, a lot of history. So, any puffballs? Yes. In fact, I was looking at some puffballs earlier today, and I was thinking to myself, do I have the time? Do I have the time to process this? Am I in the mood for my puffballs? And yeah, we have some good ones popping up right now. So what is her name? The cat? The cat is Cassian. That is Cassian. Oh, that's cool. Yes. Yeah, that's what our house is made of behind me, or in front of me, I guess. So if you look, that's our house. And so we've got that same thing. I love that look too. Love that. My cute cat's name. Okay, yeah, that's Cassian. That's Cassian. He loves to make appearances. He is so handsome. Oh my goodness, I love that cat. He's also a love bug, and he adores babies. He was born the week before my son was born, and so he grew up a kitten at the same time my baby was a newborn. And so I've got all these pictures of them together when they were both really little, and it's adorable. But he loves babies and kids and cuddles and all sorts of stuff like that. So he is a really, really good cat. I love him. How does it smell? The house that I'm at? The place that we're at? How does what smell? Is it the roots that you're talking about? Thank you. I appreciate that. I enjoy the backyard a lot, and in the fall especially, it's really, really, really beautiful. Oh my goodness, yeah, he is very handsome. Yeah, he is the only the only man that I ever asked out myself. So when I saw him, I thought, dang, that's the handsomest person I've ever seen in my life. And so I went against everything that I had been taught that I stood for and everything, and I asked him out, and it ended really well. It ended really well. He is mine, and I am his, and I get to have him forever. So I'm really thankful for that experience. Ooh. Yes, last year we had quite a lot. My mother-in-law made. I had never heard of this before for puffballs, but it was amazing. It was like eggplant parmesan, but it was with puffballs, and it was so good. It was so good. The roots. Yes, we have lots of apples. In fact, I grow an orchard. Actually, I have 2 orchards. I'm gonna smell it. Oh gosh. I'm sorry. That's so good. That is so good. I probably have dirt all over my face now, but yeah, this is just gonna be a live stream of me sniffing roots now. But oh my goodness, it smells amazing. It smells fresh. It smells like dirt. It smells herbal. Like if you guys have ever walked into like a tea shop or anything like that. So no, I don't actually. I use these for medicine. So these are not for eating herbs. These are or roots. These are for medicine making. So there's plenty of roots that we eat from the garden normally, but in the fall, when I harvest my herb roots, these are for medicine. So I'm gonna clean these out here, and then I clean them inside again, but I'm just getting the major dirt off because they're really dirty, and I don't want to clog up my drains in my kitchen. And so I clean them off even better inside. I chop them up and really clean them up, and then I dry them, or sometimes I'll tincture them right away depending on what they are. If they need to be processed right away, then I'll do that. But then in the winter, when there's not any gardening things to do, and it's kind of a indoor cozy environment, that's when I'll make my herbal medicines with the roots. So today, yes, we do. We have in the past. We haven't done it in a long time. So we've got newborns and a toddler and stuff like that. So we're not doing that recently. But yes, for the hunting and the fishing. I missed that. What does it say? What do I like about my husband? Is he at work? No, he's here. He's just working around the property. Yeah. Oh, it is heaven on earth here. It really is. I love it so much. I'm so thankful. No, it is they're roots. They're medicinal roots, and so I'm harvesting roots right now so that I can make medicine this winter. I'm going to do a big series on apothecary medicine making, and so I've not even seen some of them. My moderator is getting rid of a lot of them before I see them, so I'm glad that she's doing that for me. What do I like about him? Oh my goodness, I could go on and on. My husband, he's strong and kind, and he is the first person to jump in and help somebody who is in need of help. He is a strong Christian. He is a very present and active father. He flirts with me all the time, and I love that. He and I enjoy the same types of movies and books, and he loves to be outside away from the city, and I love that as well. This is his ideal lifestyle right here, just like it is for me. So, hi from Kenya, hello. Burdock. Actually, I don't grow burdock. I tried growing burdock. I planted it from seed, and it just didn't take off. Things like burdock and dandelion, and see, I'm getting dirt on me. goldenrod, things that are native wildflowers, often are a lot harder to grow, especially if you're growing them from seed, because they like very specific conditions and they're just wild. They're wild by nature. And so it's definitely hard to domesticate them. So I was able to grow things like Dan Shen from seed. I was able to grow things like licorice and mugwort and wormwood and comfrey and even rosemary and lavender, but burdock I could not get to grow. It wasn't happy. And oftentimes burdock is going to be happier in places that has really poor soils. And so I was trying to grow it in my garden, and it's got really good soil in there. And it likes poor soil, and so I don't want to grow it out in the field because I don't want it to spread a whole lot. But my neighbor has a plethora of burdock growing naturally. She has a farm, and so she has like this one little section that she has sectioned off and just for the burdock. And I'm actually going to be going there this week to harvest a lot of the burdock roots from her because it's a really great medicine. And so since she has it, I don't really need to grow it. Hello, Solomon. Solomon, nice to see you. Hello, hello. Thank you. Thank you, Kasuki. I appreciate that. Oh, I didn't know that. How cool is that? So what does one do with burdock? Burdock is a lot like dandelion. So it stimulates the digestive system. It's very good, a warming herb. It's good for teas. You can put it in your, you can make tinctures out of it as well. But it's, I'm reading and talking at the same time, so I'm losing my train of thought. So burdock is really good for that. It's also good for cleaning out the liver, and there's a lot of other things that it is good for. No, my husband, he works 11 to 9 during the week, but it's the weekend, so he's here. We just got back from church just a couple hours ago, and so he uses the weekend time here to do stuff around the property as much as he can to help out, and then he does his main 9 to 5 job, 11 to 9 job during the week. So yes, oh my goodness, please direct seed now. In fact, I just ordered a bunch of seeds, like wildflower seeds. Here come the ducks. I ordered echinacea. So these are good to plant right now if you're gonna like just scatter seeds outside in your garden. Hi. Yes, I do share homeopathic remedies. That is what my channel is about. That and homesteading, that and food forest, permaculture, gardening, stuff like that. But if you could direct seed, if I was going to do burdock, I would direct seed it. The problem is making sure that the seeds don't wash away. So you might even do, I'm gonna be talking about this later as well, but you take a gallon sized Ziploc bag, and you put the bottom third with dirt, and then you moisten the dirt, and then you sprinkle your seeds on top of that, and then you kind of just squish them in, and you close up the Ziploc bag, all except for the corner of it. I just learned about this method, and it's brilliant. It's just brilliant. You put like a clothespin in the corner of the bag so that it keeps it open just a little bit by a hole, and then you have a couple of drainage holes at the bottom. And then you put that outside, and you have your seeds, and they're contained. They're not going to wash away. Birds aren't going to eat them. You know exactly what you have because you can write on the Ziploc bag what it is that you're planting, and you leave that out all winter. And so a lot of these seeds, like the burdock, like dandelion, like echinacea, poppies, lupine, all these seeds, I got a bunch of those, all those seeds, milkweed. things like that, you're going to want to put those in the bag and put them outside so that they stratify. And the stratification process is basically that some seeds need to have a cold spell in order to become viable. So they need that frost and that cold and the freezing temperatures in order to then, once the soil warms up in the spring, pop open and start growing really well. And so a lot of times you'll read the seed packets and it says, you know, sow 1 or 2 weeks after the last frost. And sometimes they're lying to you. Sometimes that's not what they need. Sometimes seeds have to go through that stratification process. And so even things like foxglove or most of your biennials or your perennials are going to need that stratification period. The annuals, probably not, but I haven't really met any seeds that don't like it, because even if it's an annual, what they're doing is they're flowering, they're producing their seeds, and then they drop the seeds in nature, right? And then winter comes, and then in the spring, those seeds grow, right? So even things like basil or tomato, really good to put them in these bags and put them out in the winter. And then you get them and they come up a lot sooner, they come up a lot healthier, and they come up stronger. So that's my recommendation for seeds, is definitely to do it in that, thank you, is to do it in that Ziploc bag. Because then also, oh my goodness, guys, then you don't have to worry about all the seedling trays in your house, which takes up so much room. And then you need the grow lights, and you need to water them, and then you worry about the pests and the spider mites and the gnats and everything like that. And then and it just saves time, it saves money, because it's just Ziploc bags. You don't have to grow those. You don't have to buy those trays. It saves space. You don't have to buy all the paraphernalia and the shelving units. Sorry, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. So yeah, I would sow them now and then just leave them out all winter. Some of them I would wait a little bit later, probably in case you're having warmer periods. You don't want them to pop up yet. So I would probably, I'm going to be sowing my Ziploc bags in December and January, but I am going to take out, like, I've got a 1 pound bag of lupine seeds, and I'm going to go out to my food forest, and I'm just going to like throw them out into the garden and let them pop up wherever they want to pop up. And they're also a nitrogen fixer, so they're gonna, that's a really good thing to have in the food forest. And for some reason, my lupine, I had some a few years ago, and they didn't come back 1 year. So I'm not sure why that happened. But this is Appalachia. This is the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia. We are near George Washington National Forest. We're on the side of a mountain. I am cleaning roots for root medicine that I'm going to be doing this fall or this winter. And right now I'm cleaning a comfrey root. So do we get wild ramps? Yes, we do get wild ramps. And really cool is my father-in-law had the foresight to, one year when he found a big flush of them, he got a bunch of them, and then he planted them all over the side of our mountain. And so we get wild ramps in abundance here. There's so many wild ramps. And that way, you know, when we harvest them, we don't have to, it's not hurting the population at all. So, man, I would love to do a big tour, have people come here and show them all around what we do. That would be really neat. I would enjoy that. So many roots. Actually, I think that one goes over here. I'm losing track of what I'm doing. Oh, don't forget to hit the like button, please, guys. I appreciate it. Helps this video get seen by a lot more people. Helps the algorithm a lot. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad that you seeded them. We're in Bath County, Appalachia. So thank you, George. I appreciate it. Rosemere, hello, good to see you. Thank you guys so much for liking the video. I really it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. I appreciate it so much when you guys hit that like button. Yes, so a lot of people also don't know that when you harvest ramps in the spring, you don't have to dig up the roots. You can just chop them off at the top. And so the root stays there, and so that you can keep having them every year. You don't have to decimate your population of wild ramps because you don't have to kill the roots. So we are doing great. Siva, hi, good to see you. I haven't seen your comments. Hi, RBK. Oh, I'm not going to tell you that. That is private. That is private. So, oh, you're in Brazil. Wow. I have a friend who's from Brazil. Her name is Dachi. She's wonderful. She is full of life. Very, very vivacious woman. So, let's see. Getting these roots cleaned. More comfrey. I need to get more yellow dock, and I need to... Hey, from Dubai. Nice to see you. Hi. I need to get more evening primrose, apparently, and licorice, and yellow dock. That's what I need to get. So this is really great that I'm getting so many of the comfrey and the elecampane and the licorice. That's great, but I still need more of these other ones. Oh, darling, that's beautiful. Well, now I know why we wanted to use the Play-Doh. That's fabulous. Got wet hands. Hold on one second. So my daughter made something out of Play-Doh, and she wants me to show you guys. So, is it a cat? Okay, good. It's a cat. So this is, my daughter made this. This is a cat, and I love it. I think the eyes are super cute. Isn't that cute? That's super cute. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. I will let you know if they say anything nice about it. I'm sure that they will, because that was adorable. Oh, we got us so cute. She's smiling so big now. So big. Oh, no problem, Sam. Thanks. Oh, so let's see. I've got some, oh wait, I've got more yellow dock right here. So here's yellow dock. Cool thing that you can tell with yellow dock is it usually gets this red stripe on the middle of the leaf, which is nice. And then you can see, this one's a really yellow one. Can you guys see that? I haven't even washed it yet. And the root's got that yellow tint to it. So, thank you, PD. I appreciate that. You're putting in an order for one? I gotta say, my daughters are sweethearts. They are super, super sweethearts. I am very proud of them. Oh, I will tell her you said that, Melissa. Thank you. Oh, which country? Well, I'm in America. So this is the United States of America, Appalachia, and we're harvesting root medicine. And, well, I guess we're not harvesting the medicine, but we're harvesting the roots to make root medicine this winter. This one's really yellow. I will not store it for years. Actually, I will make medicine out of all of them. So I'll use all these roots for, you can kind of see how much I've got going on right here. So that's how much we've got so far. But I'm going to use all of it and put it in either in tinctures or salves, and then dry it and put it in teas. And if I don't use the tea by the end of the year, I will throw that away because it loses its potency after about a year. But with the salves and the tinctures, they usually keep their potency for much longer. The alcohol, especially in the tinctures, keeps it good for a long time. So, but I won't just store the roots really much longer than that. So do you see that? Look at how cool that looks. That's yellow dock. And you see it's got these ridges on it. Every root looks just slightly different. And it's got that yellow tinge to it, if you guys can see the yellow. Very golden. This is yellow dock. Yes. They are good sizes. Yeah, I'm thankful for this. I got some earlier that were a little bit smaller than this. I need to get some more. But yellow dock is actually really hard to harvest because it goes so down into the ground. Actually, makes me think that that's a yellow dock. So it goes so far down into the ground that it takes a lot to dig it up. It takes a whole lot to dig it up. Here's another one. And if you can see, this root is really, really long. And so in order to get them all out, you really got to dig down deep. And so that gets difficult sometimes. I spent a long time getting the yellow docks yesterday. I spent like 2 or 3 hours trying to get all these herbs. Yeah. Crystal lives a really good life. Our dog really has a wonderful life here. She gets treats all the time and lots of loving. Thank you. Thank you. That, again, that's not my house. That's my in-laws' house, but I do get to look at it every day. It's very nice. I am not Brazilian. No, no. Finnish. I've got mostly Finn in me. I've got some Italian, I think. Some German, some Italian, but mostly Finnish. That's my nationality that I claim. Namaste. Hi, from India. Hi, nice to see you. Brazilian roots. Yep, we're talking about roots, aren't we? So yeah, this is so pretty, the yellow. I cannot wait to show you guys the barberry. Maybe next Sunday I'll be washing more roots. But the barberry and the red sage, or the dan shen, which is a traditional Chinese medicine. They use that, well, they use it a lot in traditional Chinese medicine. Dan shen, which is why it's called that. I think that's the Chinese name. I might not be pronouncing it properly. I just read about this stuff and then I do it. So I did take some courses one time at a local community college for sustainable agriculture. That is light up behind you. Oh, that, okay. That is a wasp deterrent. So it turned kind of bluish green in the sun this year, but it used to be tan. It's got kind of like a darker like eye kind of thing on it, but we hang those around our the edges of our buildings and anywhere that we might get hornets building their nests. I love you too, sweetheart. And they don't like competition at all. And so if you hang these little lantern type things, there's no light in it at all. But if you hang that up, they'll think that there's another nest or another hornet's territory right there, and they won't make their nests there, and so you don't have to worry about hornets taking over. It is 4:13. Oh my goodness. The wood on the house needs to be treated. I don't know about that. I am not the house maintenance lady. Wasp deterrent. Yeah, no, it doesn't have chemicals. It's literally just like a paper lantern that we hang up, and so we don't have to use chemicals, which is wonderful. We are anti-chemical here. We are so anti-chemical. So, hello, Vivek. Hello, good to see you. David John, glad you're here. Oh, all the insects and mosquitoes in it. So we do not have much of a problem with the mosquitoes here. I mean, yeah, they're annoying sometimes, but it's not that bad. The lemon balm that I grow right here. Oh, Shanique, this was really good for you. The lemon balm, lemongrass. Apparently they don't like lemon. Rosemary, lavender. there's a few other herbs too that you can grow around your house that will keep the mosquitoes away pretty much. And so lemon balm especially is really good, and lemongrass. And then there's also, hey guys, is also really good. Oh, what is the other one? Oh, citronella. But that's not a perennial for me. Where we live here, we're in zone 6B. So citronella doesn't last all year here. So I don't really plant it. I don't really waste time on annuals as much. I really like perennials. I like to be able to plant it once and then be done with it. So yeah, I just went on Amazon and ordered these lanterns. If you want, I can put a link below after this posts, but I mean, it's like 10 for $10. We might have even gotten 20 of them for $10. And we just hung them on the corners of our buildings, and we have never had hornets since. We used to have a couple of times a year that my husband would have to take care of a wasp nest or a hornet nest. And since we've hung these up, we haven't had any problems with them. In the summer, we dry our clothes outside on the line when I have time. If I don't have time that day, I'll just throw it in the dryer. But when do you buy things? No, they bring it to us. Yeah, we get our mail delivered here. Actually, it gets delivered down to the bottom of the mountain, so we have to go down the mountain to get it. But they'll bring it here. We can't order like pizza. There is no pizza delivery that comes here. So every once in a while when I'm at my mom's house, she'll order pizza, and it's like such a treat because we get hot pizza right there. So no, we don't. We don't. This is not AI. No, not at all. So this is more of the Elecampane root. And it just has such a beautiful flower. I just love it so much. So that's really good. That's a really good thing to have in your, you make like a syrup out of it. I put mine, I boil it a little bit, like simmer it for a little while, and then I put it in honey, and so the stuff the medicinal parts of it gets sucked out by the honey, and when you have a really sore throat, Elecampane is really good for the sore throat. There's the ducks. There's the ducks. They stopped right before they came into frame. They're right here behind my mom's. Yes, we are in Appalachia. No. I have never lived in a big city. Never, never. Yeah, honey, so good for it, so good. There's the ducks. I swear we have them just to have them because they're so cute and I love them so much. They live down with the chickens, and we just let them all wander around all day long. And so you'll see I have little fences around all my gardens, and that's to keep the chickens and the ducks out, and also the deer. But otherwise the chickens would just scratch at it. And the ducks, I don't understand. There's all these gardening channels that are like, oh, just let ducks go around your garden. And I don't understand that, because the ducks, what they do, they don't scratch at your garden, but they will take their beaks and like dig underneath your plants and then uproot them, because they're digging for bugs and slugs and stuff like that. So they don't really, they do kind of mess up your garden a lot. So I don't know why people have them just roaming their gardens all the time, unless it's an orchard. I could totally see having them go around the orchard. But if you have like raised beds or a garden, they're gonna get underneath and they're gonna go up. Yes, we do. We have a pond for them. It's a wading pool, and we fill it up with fresh water all the time. But I use that water from the wading pool, and I water my plants with it, because duck poop is honestly one of the best fertilizers that you can have for your garden. It's a cold manure, which means you can put it straight onto your plants, onto the soil above your plants. It won't burn them, like if you put like a fresh cow manure or something like that on your plants, it would burn them. but it's a cold manure, and especially if it's diluted with the water of the pond, then it's like the perfect ratio to be able to put straight onto your plants, and it's not going to burn them. It's not going to be too much, and if you look it up, it's amazing. It's got exactly the right amount of nutrients for everything. You know how they have the 3 numbers when you're buying fertilizer? It's very, very balanced. It's like a 5-5-5 or a 10-10-10. I'm not sure what the numbers would be exactly, but it's perfectly balanced, and it's really, really good for your garden, all the different plants. So they are pets. They are pets, and they provide fertilizer, and they do provide duck eggs. Unfortunately, it seems like every time we hatch ducks or we buy ducks, we always end up with like a whole bunch of drakes. And boy ducks are relentless and a little bit vicious to girl ducks. And so it's really important that you have a lot more girl ducks than you do boy ducks. Otherwise, they'll end up killing her. She'll die because they're just relentless with her. That's all I'm going to say about that. But it's important that you have more girls than you do boys. And it seems like we always end up with more boys. So we don't have a whole lot of eggs, but we try to keep the ratio what it needs to be. We have definitely given some ducks to other people because they didn't have drakes. They ended up with the opposite problem. For some reason, we always end up with more drakes. I could show you the duck house. I think I can get to that with the internet that I have right now. No, I'm not gonna cook my ducks. I like my ducks. No, the chickens and ducks and guineas and quail and everything like that, they will lay eggs no matter what. If you want to have baby ducks or chickens, then you have to have a rooster or a boy duck or a drake. Yeah, there's no... Yeah, the ducks are pretty intense. Yeah, they're pretty intense. Oh. So, hello, Inigo. Hello. Ingo, I'm sorry. Ingo, hello. Almost done with my roots. If you guys want to see the duck house, I can totally take you down there. Do you guys want to see the duck house? I can show you. Oh. And so here is the finished product of the Play-Doh cat. He's got a scarf on now. And his name is Peter. So, this is the cat. They said that they like it a lot. They said very cute. Okay, so let's go see the duck house. If the ducks die, I think I saw that question. If the ducks die, usually it's because they're sick, because we don't butcher them. So if they get sick, or they died from old age or something like that, then we don't eat them, because I don't want to eat a sick animal. And if a duck dies from old age, I don't want to eat it either, because then it's going to be really tough. Usually you want to, if you're going to eat your poultry, you want to harvest them within like a year, or they get really, really, really tough. And you might need like an Instapot for a long time in order to get them good to go. But making my way. Can you still see me? Okay, so I don't know if you guys... So this is our chicken coop right here. My husband made that. He's constantly working on it, constantly. It's the bane of his existence, honestly. So our ducks, I think, are like 3 or 4 years old. So, oh, I'm gonna slip in the leaves. So this is the duck house right here. And if I can get it open, you can see they climb up the other side, and this door is here just so that you can get eggs. Actually, I don't know if we have eggs or not. Nope, no eggs today. They must have already gotten them today. I think the girls said that we did get one duck egg. Eggs have really slowed down. I think we've gotten 3 eggs in like the last week. Just because this time of year, a lot of the chickens will molt and they'll lose a lot of their feathers. And when chickens molt, they don't lay at all. So, and this is a separate house that we have that's kind of, if we have baby chicks, we'll put them in there and keep them separate from the big animals so that they don't get harassed too much. But this is our coop, and it was made out of scrap material, so I think it cost us like $30 for the nails or the screws or whatever. And here it is. I just love it. We got the ducks. We got them as ducklings from Tractor Supply. So we raised them from babies, and then we started hatching them on our own. They're enjoying. They just roam around, and then they go into the house at night. So yeah, this is Appalachia. Well, actually, I need to go, guys. I just realized I've been on here for an hour and a half, and I was only supposed to be on here for an hour. Having too much fun talking to you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for hanging out with me. Don't forget to hit the like button. Helps me out so much. I really appreciate it. And then check out my channel. There's all sorts of stuff about medicinal herbs and apothecary stuff, especially as we get into the later fall time and then winter. And then also food forests and homesteading and garden stuff. My handsome man. So, we have the dog. The dog keeps the wild animals away. So, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Constance. Bye, guys. Stay blessed.